What's up everyone, welcome to War 3 against Next. It's a fun one today. I've got 6 fights again, so back to a decent sized war. We're going with making a return for Vox to tear some things up. Cassie gets another appearance, and we get to, for the first time, bring out my big rank 3 dog, who Wolf and Cassie get 1 fight each, and Vox takes the rest. So let's get into it, see what we've got to play with. I've already forgotten. The war is about to finish, but we're all done up. We're going to take path 9 and then path 8, but my teammate's taking Gore, and then I'm going for Serpent, mini-boss, Omega Sentinel, who we've already scrolled past, and Shocker on the boss island. So to start with, we come for Sassy. Again, my Sasquatch fights recently with Cassie have been really solid, really good. And then I shat the bed completely last time. It was disaster. So this one was, I didn't dare screw it up. You know, went in clear head, clear fight plan. Let's get it done. He's going to have power efficiency here, so his specials are cheap. Cost half. So I'm just seeing out the Incinerate. I don't really care if I take some Incinerate damage, but on the whole, I'm going to push him to the corner on his block. And then I had a lot of bad luck with Stand Your Ground here. I didn't get punished there, thankfully. I probably did take a few unnecessary risks. Again, Stand Your Ground, stupid. Costs me most of my stings. And now we can start. We're already back round to Incinerate, so we completely missed the poison phase to do anything decent. He's in Wrath already, which now means his specials will cost nothing, but I can take full advantage of that while I've got some fuel and just let him completely repeat specials with a big stack of stings up, and he's just going to slowly kill himself. So he quickly takes himself down to 50%. Wrath's finished now already, but that's okay. I'm keeping uptime on. I should have finished on a light ender there to pause the stings, but we've got the taunt up anyway, so it's okay. Get a few more on, a couple more specials to see out. I've got plenty of fuel to deal with it, and I think the next one's going to kill him. There we go. Took some hazard damage, but nice and clean otherwise. Really happy with how that went, and we move on. We've got Peni Parker, who I haven't fought in many seasons now, so this was fun to have. Vox completely shuts all of this down. I'm going to wait out the Incinerate phase. Again, it doesn't really matter if I take a couple of Incinerates on me. Vox is rank 3, he's big and tanky, it isn't going to matter. The tactic, I mean, Vox is power burn immune anyway, so it doesn't really matter about hitting Penny's block or whatever. But the tactic obviously shuts down her auto block anyway, so it doesn't matter either way if I hit block or whatever, because I'm just going to be immune to all her shit. So my plan is to build up to 2 bars, because if I fire my first special now, she's got indestructible anyway. She'd still probably die from the degens once it expires, but I'd rather build up more buffs, get to special 2. I don't have power backs here because I don't want to get back to special 1 and for her to then survive it because of the indestructible that she'd get. She's almost dead already just from basics. We're going to fire the special 2 here and then back off for the degens to kill her. A bunch of big crits, and she is a big piece of toast. So we move on to section 2, path 8. There's a Storm X here. I wasn't sure whether to go with Vox or Wolf. I decided Vox. It would be, I mean, this is an easy fight anyway. Vox bypasses glancing, gets his Wolf partly does as well, but Vox just straight out of the back counters glancing. So she's going to get her buffs here, it doesn't matter, I'm going to get plenty, and each time she throws a special 1, I'm also going to get my 3 dex buffs, which in turn is going to make, when I finally throw a special, hit really hard. Storm isn't tactic, so I don't need to play that game anyway. Special 2 here, and she's just destroyed even before the degens kick in, really. just see out that special 1. She's got some power efficiency now from all the buffs. I don't care. Relic into her face. Not that I needed it either. And again, she is destroyed. So we're going to move on to the first shared mini island. We've got Omega Sentinel here. I did some testing in the duels. Again, I'm not worried about auto block or anything, but I did simulate in duels against still. I used Vox's special 1 in a duel to get my undermine buff, which would prevent Omega Sentinel from auto blocking me. But if she does have too many armors, she would still place her Incinerate. So I still wanted to not repeat my combo too often and play around that. From there, we're just gonna dex a bunch, hit her a bit, build up to 2 bars, by which point I'd have loads of buffs. I don't care that she's getting her regen yet, although I don't at the same time want to stack up too many, so I am putting some effort into keeping a bit of distance. Bait special 1s all the time to keep her armors away, and special 2 is a little bit more difficult to dex and it hurts if it catches you. She's a big rank 3, but she's got like 300k health. She's got the health pool of a very small 7-year-old. So I accidentally whiffed my relic there. That wasn't on purpose. But you can see here, I'm building up. I'm going to have 28 buffs by the time I hit her. And which means 28 stacks of degen. So the special 2 hits really hard anyway. She's got a few regen stacks anyway. I do get auto blocked there. Thankfully she's kind and doesn't hit me beyond using up my indestructible. But we are ticking up to 19k there on the degens. She's just, yeah, she stood no chance. That was really, really satisfying. And now we can move on to the second boss island, where there is a big ascended Serpent waiting for me. I took this fight a couple of no, it was last season on in my holiday alliance. I think it was he was duped, but I took it with my ascended 6-star wolf. Now I woke up this morning to do some test duels, and I noticed that it was now full moon. So that was really nice. It meant that I could change my cycle and go straight to special 2 rather than bank a special 1, which isn't a bad thing anyway. This wasn't the smoothest fight. I mean, wolf is really tanky. I wasn't worried anyway. Annoyingly, I did trigger dex too many times. I should have taken it off like I had originally considered. Just getting beaten up a bit in the corner here. Now we're going to get that big special 2 off, and that does a lot of damage. Yeah, triggering dex meant that I kept getting power drained, which made the fight go a little bit longer than it needed to, but that's okay. I'm at this point just going to go for special 1s because they last longer. Actually, I might go for special 2 again here. I can't quite remember at this point. I'm regenning as well. Wolf's just having a nice time. Oh yeah, I got power drained. I was aiming for another special 2, but we're just going to go for the special 1s from this point. Serpent used to be so scary. He just isn't anymore to me. You obviously need the right counter and need to play it a certain way, but I mean, you can just see he's barely doing any damage to me. I'm regenning so much. Does get a little bit scary at this point because he gets his power gain, which I can't do anything about. I did waste my relic really early as well. I didn't mind also. I was prepared to eat a special 3. I had my boosts on. I had max inequity as well. I know it wouldn't have done me much damage, but he goes down anyway without throwing it, so that was fine. And now finally we can move on to our final fight on the boss island against Shocker, node 47, for Vox to finish things off nicely for me. This was a slightly messy fight, which we'll go into, obviously. But otherwise I really wasn't worried here. I took Iron Man in War 1 here, it was really cheesy. I took Shocker elsewhere, which was really cheesy. I went in with my game plan of parry hit, just to build up my charges really quickly. And I was knowing that he purifies the stun a lot quicker. I was just too slow off the mark to respond, and you'll see him punish me a couple of times there. I also... It gone out of my head to just bait his heavy instead and reply that way. So by which point he parries me, beats me up a bit in the corner, losing some health, so I revert to plan B, fire my special 1, which I wasn't initially intending to do. Gives me the undermine buff and means he can't. It gives me a scythe passive and also just means that he can't auto block me anyway. Now we can just cook and get to special 2, hit him really hard in the meantime. The basics are so satisfying, just huge crits because of all the buffs I've got. He's also just feeding my dex buffs because of all his specials. We're going to get to special 2 here after the relic, and he is going to go down like a sack of potatoes. Bish, bash, and some bosh. I just need to stay alive now, which isn't really difficult, and he's dead. Really satisfying war, really good result from my guys. We had only 2 deaths in the BG we finished at, and with a resounding victory. Now it's time for the first break of the season, so I'll see you when we reconvene. Hope you enjoyed, thanks for watching, bye!